Burt, are you there?
I am.
Hey, Burt, how you doing?
Is that you, Paul?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Hey, hi. It was nice talking with you at the SEMA show. I'm glad we connected.
You're telling me it's been nice to get a little recognition here and a little bit of momentum, and appreciate all your help.
We appreciate you and Valerie as well, and I kind of wanted to get.
Yeah, everyone seems to appreciate Valerie.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I was online looking up some stuff and trying to get some ammo to talk to you about, personally, and I noticed that she's been racing with you in a lot of the a lot of the off-road races.
Let's see, was it 2 years ago or last year? We went to the Mint 400.
Right.
I thought it might be a decent media stunt there to have her enter the Miss Mint competition.
Right.
And
I saw the video, by the way.
Yeah, and also enter the race. I realized she was going to be the first Miss Mint, if she did, to enter in the race, and I figured with the looks and that kind of, I guess marketing stunt she was in. And I saw all the poor girls get up on stage, and they asked them, why do you want to be Miss Mint and the whole bit. And
right.
I told her, and I saw them just struggle, because of world peace and all these other just ridiculous answers. I said, just go up on stage and just say, because you want to be the first Miss Mint to have ever actually raced in the race.
Okay.
She kept it that simple, and I think it offended the Honda judge.
Oh.
So I saw her kind of laugh and smirk as if that was a kind of careless, petty answer, but
right.
I figured the dirt crowd would like it and respect it, and
I thought it was pretty cool.
I guess we were wrong. Yeah.
So tell me, you actually you've been racing quite a while. I mean, you've been doing this for a lot of years now. Explain a little bit of your history there, as far as what got you into art. Was it something you were born with, obviously, or is this something that you just kind of worked your way into?
My dad took me to the go-kart track in an old, outdated Emic when I was 8 years old. It took me a few times. He'd sit over on the side of the track, reading off my lap times as I'd come by every lap. And, unfortunately, I guess, he got married there, and that was kind of it. Until I was 16 years old, I was never really kind of able to take myself to the track again. But that was kind of what I did, and raced karts up until I was about 20 years old, and then I entered in the Skip Barber Formula Series. Tried, because I'm a bigger guy and carried my weight in my shoulders.
Right.
And so trying to battle all the tiny, skinny guys in a go-kart just really wasn't smart from a setup standpoint. I was just never going to get there.
Right.
So I got myself in a big car and found that I kind of had instant success there, and won a bunch of races, and almost won their scholarship. They had a $200,000 scholarship program, and missed by a few spots, and I'll spare you the drama on why, but it was car contact that I was basically rear-ended. They basically didn't place the blame on car contact. So I was hit a couple times, and I got penalized, even though I was punted from behind, and it seemed pretty stupid to me, but, I guess at that level they're trying to discourage, over-aggressive driving and that kind of stuff, so they don't place blame. And I kind of had a kind of screw racing. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just for rich kids, because I was out of money, and I got, kind of sidetracked sim racing, believe it or not.
Right.
Now it's currently called iRacing, so I developed kind of my own website and tried to build kind of my own driver ladder program.
What is that website, by the way, Burt? What is that?
Mine was called pros.net, so it was Professional Racing Online Series.
Okay.
The website is long since gone. I gave up essentially in 2004, but I wanted to basically make it so that anybody from any one of their living rooms, anywhere in the world, with a computer could basically prove their skills, and not prove their skills against 50 cars or 100 cars, or you'd be basically proving your skills against the thousands around the world from any country.
Right.
And I thought that was just a much better talent pool to be kind of pulling from, and give the everyman guy without all the backing and all the dollars behind him the momentum to kind of get started in the racing career.
Right.
I called it eventually American Racer after a few years of success and kind of growing the program. I finally put my first sim racer in a stock car. late model, and he went out there and kind of blazed laps on the field. And so I'd kind of proven my theory that out of nowhere, one of these sim guys could come and kind of dominate. I approached Universal Pictures and had sold kind of the concept called American Racer, for lack of a better term at that point,
right,
to them, and it was going to be kind of a driver's search, and it was going to be televised. We approached NASCAR. NASCAR wanted to be part of it. The downside was this was in 2004, and about 4 months prior, they had sold the NASCAR licensing rights to EA Sports. And so if I was going to do anything with NASCAR, it was going to have to be with EA instead of the simulator that I was using. Well, EA uses very much a video game, and
right.
I was basically going to end up killing a bunch of kids who, came from a video game who, had zero clue about how to actually drive a car and drive it well. So
right.
Lost all my momentum there, and I don't want to say I gave up on racing, but, I realized it's probably time to start getting a job and
yeah.
pursuing,
Get down to reality kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did that, started a dog business. I was a dog walker.
Yeah, West
started
LA
with
Dogs. West LA Dogs. Yep.
Yeah, now it's far more than just, dog walking. We're the biggest kind of dog motel here in Los Angeles.
Sure.
But it wasn't until Octane Academy, which was 2 years ago, ironically, a driver search program.
Right.
I got on Facebook one morning and seen a buddy of mine sitting in a long line, and he had, out at Fontana, and he basically was waiting for Octane Academy. Oh my God, I completely forgot about the date to go out there, and I texted him really quick and asked him, "You think I can make it?" He said, "I'll hold your spot in line," and I did 100 miles an hour down the 10 trying to get there, and I stood in line for 9 hours, and I was driver number 331. I'll never forget it. And anyway, finally got my shot. It was basically a little road course driving in a front-wheel drive car, and just around cones and stuff. And if you could do that, then they kind of said, okay, go on to the next little round, which was drifting a car, the V8 Mustang, and in a figure eight, and was able to do that. And after that, they were going to let you know if they picked you or not. And so I got lucky and got picked for the show, and went all the way through that, and won the whole thing. Won $50,000 and $50,000 credit at any Ford dealership. I took all that money, and not bad at all, right?
Yeah.
$100,000 in winnings, I guess.
Oh,
so
wow.
I sold the car, put it all into my dog business. But the good part was that was when I kind of got the attention of Gladiator Tires.
Yeah.
And he came to me and said, if you can actually drive and you got a good name, we got to do something here. And so
somebody figured it out.
Yeah, that was obviously music to my ears. And
now you guys have been doing it for like the last year now. You guys have partnered together with Stadium Super Trucks.
That's correct. Before that, I drove. They have a street brand called it's 4G Auto Tires. So I drove for them for a year in the Lamborghini. Unfortunately, while hanging out with the Nitro Circus crew, I decided to hit the mega ramp on the tricycle and lost big time.
Was there any liquid courage involved in that by chance?
No, I was out there at the motocross track going to go bang some bars with them, and was dumb enough to kind of ask if I said literally if, and Greg Godfrey turned for me. We both turned each other at the same time, and I said, if I'm dumb enough to, and he said, hey, you want to hit it? And I just went, uh-oh. Yeah, I'll go for it.
You got called out is what happened. Yeah, you didn't want to lose face, right?
No, I was actually asking to hit the ramp literally as he turned to ask me if I would do it. I had no idea. I'll give you the short version, but I came up short and came up big, so I never even made the ramp. I'm a pretty resilient guy, and I figured, heck, if I can even make it to the landing ramp, I'll get banged and bruised, but, I won't break anything too bad,
Right.
Unfortunately, I came up completely short and just snapped my wrist bad, and the bones were sticking out of the wrist, and so that kind of screwed my Lamborghini series.
Yeah, I was reading about that. That was a misfortune.
I cut my cast off early there 3 weeks after, and went out for the last Lamborghini race of the year, faking it that my left hand was good, and got second. with one hand. So that was something I was kind of proud about, and at least got on the podium once.
Sure.
Before the year was over, and that trophy meant a lot to me, just because I needed to get on the podium to prove yourself. So
absolutely, and you proved yourself in the King of the Hammers too, didn't you? You participated in that as well.
I did, although I proved that I was a rookie. That was my first desert race, and I'd always heard, well, how do you pass guys? On a single lane road, And, you give him the siren, I hear. If he doesn't move the siren, you kind of give him a bump. If he doesn't respond to the bump, you smash him.
Yep. I saw that video, by the way, too.
Yeah. So I went through the process probably fairly quickly, but gave him the siren, gave him the bump, and then, backed it on up and gave him a big old run and smashed him off. The problem was I wasn't running a big enough front bumper, so my front tires actually hit his back tires, which kind of stopped the whole drive line there and absolutely grenaded the front differential. So
that
was the end of my race.
Hey, we're going to take a quick short break. We're going to pay a few bills here, Burt, and we'll be right back. Stay put, and we'll talk to you some more.
Bye, bye.
Welcome to Dirt Authority Live, where we're talking dirt with Len Novin and Paul Bonelli. From gripping headline feature stories to industry breaking news, Dirt Authority is the only place to get the dirt you're looking for. Join us each week at 4 p.m. live or visit our website where we'll bring you the latest news, highlight videos, and pictures from major events all over the country. Joining our community is free, and it will keep you up to date on all things dirt. Go to dirtauthority.com to post comments, use our free classifieds, or just keep up on breaking news and events from gripping headlines, feature stories, and more. Dirt Authority is the only place to get that dirt you're looking for. Also, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Dirt Authority Live and dirtauthority.com. You owe it to yourself to keep up on all things dirt.
And we're back to Dirt Authority Live, talking dirt with Burt Jenner. Burt, you back with us?
I am. Talking dirt with Burt. I like it.
Hey, you know what? That does have a little ring to it, don't it?
It does.
Hey, you want to be our host? Maybe we can, we can really sell this thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're back with Burt Jenner, and we're talking dirt with Burt. And we're going to be talking about some stadium super trucks here. I wanted to touch, right before the break, we talked about you raced the Arctic Cat and the King of the Hammers in 2013. So let's spawn from that and see where we go from there. How's that?
Let's do it.
All right. So 2013, you're racing the 1933 Arctic Cat, and you said to me at the SEMA show that you didn't quite finish the race, but fill us in on what happened after that.
Yeah, once I grenaded that front differential, that was kind of the end of that race. Then after that was actually the Mint 400, like I had mentioned before. Ironically, in King of the Hammers, it was mile 21 that I grenaded it.
Oh.
In the Mint 400, it was mile 22. We had just an ungodly bad car fire with my girlfriend in the car. It was just really weird how, minutes before, because she had spent the whole week kind of getting ready for the kind of competition and shooting pictures and all that other stuff we were trying to do with media. You can find the video on YouTube. Mm-hmm. We'd never taken the time, stupidly, my fault, my responsibility, to teach her how to get in and out of the car. I mean, it seems, simple to all of us how to get in and out of 5 fronts and get a window net down, but not when you're a girl who's never done it. With the fire happening. So literally maybe 2-3 minutes before it broke out, I'm thinking to myself, Burt, you're just a real jerk here for putting her in this position. If anything bad were to happen, this wouldn't go well. And sure enough, the motor started sputtering and everything, and I looked in the rear, and we're a hot rod. We're actually got sun and flames out the back, and veered it off. And again, that video is on YouTube, but it was just as bad a car fire as I think anyone would ever want to be in. And anyway, we got out, not a hair singed. All's well that ends well, and that was kind of it for my Mint experience and my desert experience. And from then on out, it was basically Gladiator tires and stadium super trucks. I knew he had like I said, I drove for his street brand road racing in the Lamborghini. But I knew he had this off-road tire that he was coming out with, and he really wanted to push. and I told him, hey, you know, Robbie's got a hell of a series here. He's going to X Games. He's racing at Indy. And to top it all off, you know, it's a mix of road racing and off-road all kind of mixed into one. And if there's anything that would kind of cater to my skills, it would be this series, which was kind of a combination of everything.
Right.
So I said, hey, man, you don't go for this. You know, I hate to use the strong word, but I think you're stupid. And, you know, I don't know where else it is that I can go with you guys. And, you know, he jumped on the opportunity. We ran well at X Games.
It's a great series.
Yeah, we were running third there with a couple laps to go, and, you know, started racing a little hard with Robbie, and he got the best of me. But, you know, again, we were in medal position there at X Games, and, you know, even to go to X Games was a dream. The medal was going to be, you know, even more awesome. Like I told my dad, the first time he ever competed in the Olympics, he got 10th. So long as I beat 10th, I felt like I was ahead of the Jenner curve there.
Right.
And
you're keeping up with the Jenners, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he got 10th the first time and obviously got gold the second time. So I was just going to be excited to be on the podium there, and, you know, we got real close. But regardless, you know, I think I had a lot of people who at least, you know, knew of me or knew of the car or friends and stuff like that. They realized, you know, I was definitely supposed to be there. And I had definitely...
yeah.
You know, just proving that I had the skills of what it was going to take.
Yeah, you earned your right to be there. Yeah, and you have. I've seen you drive. You had a lot of fans in the when I was watching it in Vegas, the Vegas race. There was a lot of fans that were rooting you on there. I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, well, I've never been one to hold back, so I guess you know, I try to keep the dive bombs fair. Never use up anybody's rear bumper.
Right. I wish people would do the same to you, though, huh?
Yeah, you know, we're working on those drivers, I guess.
Yeah.
To kind of teach them a lesson here. I guess they're going to air all that tomorrow night
are
on
they?
NBC Sports. So, yeah, if anybody's going to be around, this is definitely one you're going to...
Oh, yeah. Let's plug that. When is all that going down on TV there?
I believe it's 9:30 Pacific time on NBC Sports.
Okay, you get that.
You are definitely, I guarantee you, you're going to see sparks fly and maybe a few other things.
Well, I saw that one video, you and EJ Viesel getting into it on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was actually in practice. That was the mellow version.
The mellow version.
Yeah, it just seems that he likes to use his front bumper to rear bumper, or take the shorter version of the track, or just kind of make up his own rules, and I had kind of had enough of that.
Right.
I just thought it was
you know,
what I thought.
You're a racer. I mean, you're not going to take anything lying down. I mean, I've seen you ride wheelies down PCH on your that CBR 954. Yeah. I was like, golly, what are you doing, Burt? You know, you're crazy, man. I tell you.
Yeah, that was kind of in that off period with racing. I was a motorcycle courier out here in the streets of Los Angeles, delivering packages and envelopes everywhere, and somehow I survived 70,000 miles on two wheels, and probably 5 or 10,000 of which was on one wheel. So, I don't know how I survived all that. Just thankful I did, and all my limbs work, and cashed in on the street bike thing and said, you made it this far, just enjoy the memories and move on.
Now, on Gladiator Tire now, you said they got a new tire coming out. Didn't you say to me in a conversation before that you were part of the involvement in that new tire coming out with your name on it or something? Or
yeah, so I just the awesome part I realized is in working more with, you know, a smaller, you know, startup-ish type company. They've been around, you know, building a bunch of street tires and trailer tires and semi-tires for years, was, you know, and they are a big company and they've been around a while, but, you know, you compare them to the big boys, the BFGs and, you know, everything else. Well, you know, if I had tried to give BFG or anything my 2 cents of where I thought the industry was going, or if I tried to suggest making a UTV tire or anything like that, I think it would fall on deaf ears. And the awesome part is I've been able to kind of step in there and help with the company that, you know, just kind of help give them kind of my 2 cents, and, you know, they've kind of listened, you know, things like going to X Games and doing all that. It's I'm not there competing with 100 other drivers with their programs and their thoughts and everything like that. So
Right.
working with Gladiator has been beyond a blessing there. So
Yeah, it sounds like you got a good group of people. Yeah.
yeah, all the way down to, I'm getting attached on just, tread pattern designs and names for the tire and all that other stuff.
Right.
And that feels just fun to be a part of. Besides being a race car driver, I know that there's a million guys out there who are just tire testers, who never actually get to see the competitive racetrack, but they're out there beating on tires all day long. And I always thought that would be a cool job. So to be able to do both, kind of two dreams come true at once.
Right. Well, you had another dream come true, didn't you? You actually got to race the Baja 1000 with your dad.
Yeah. I think I was trying to remember that this morning. It was either 2003 or 2004. I entered on an XR650 with a bunch of buddies here kind of from Los Angeles. And unfortunately, my buddy crashed a couple miles before me and punctured lung and ripped spleen and bunch broken ribs and collarbone, and I had to lay there in the desert with him. But I never actually got to get on the bike. So, Baja has always been a dream for me. And, unfortunately, like I said, the working thing kind of took over. To have that offer, which came when I was in Bali, via Instagram. To say that was a surreal moment when, Craig Potts obviously offered me to drive the trophy truck. It just, I guess when it comes down to it, I get real happy. I get to be a sissy, and, it almost drug me to tears. And the best I could do was just kind of turn to my girlfriend and apologize to her that, I wasn't going to be present for the rest of Bali, and I had just kind of been offered my dream of all dreams.
Right.
And, it was her birthday and everything, and I knew I was screwed. I knew no matter what, I was going to already be in Baja with my mind for the next, until I got in that car 3 weeks later.
Right, right. Well, I know that you guys spent a day out there at the Eugene there and did a little bit of driving around, just getting familiarizing with the truck, and I was fortunate enough to be there for that. Thank you for letting me be a part of your family a little bit, and without all the TV drama.
Oh yeah, well, thanks for documenting it. No, I know the drama is something for the most part. They get a lot of flack for I guess. Everyone always wants to say they're talentless, this, that, and the other. They're obviously good at something, or they wouldn't have made it as far as they have. But regardless, it's still not, something that, for the most part, I really want to be a part of, unless it's going to be revolve around something that revolves around my image. I mean,
racing.
Well, I've been homeless twice, and I've been, that's not something many people know, but I got a shaved head and a big beard, and I slept, I shouldn't say homeless. I had a Bronco, which is a lot more than most homeless people could say. But, yeah, I've lived out of my Bronco a couple times, and that just Kardashian world is not one that I come from. So,
That's very apparent.
I've never been one to say again?
It's very apparent when just talking with you,
Well, I hope so.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you being real.
So, it's just, it is what it is, man. If you've been cut down to size and spent some time living in Bronco with a pit bull, then, you realize what the simple things in life are, how valuable they are, and I guess it just gives you kind of a different mindset on life. So,
right. So explain to us I'm sorry, go ahead. I apologize, Burt. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's just, so until it was something that, kind of followed my image and whatnot, wasn't something I wanted to be a part of. I'm never much to kind of blow smoke or, fake an image. It is what it is. I'm probably because I'm not very good at it, but.
Right. Do you plan on maybe be doing it next year or another race with your dad maybe?
What's that, score?
Yeah, either score or best in the desert or anything for that matter. I know your dad likes to race and be around all that with you. So.
Well, I mean, like I kind of always say, I'd race those national lawnmower races if that's all I had, which was God, I'm going to get killed by the UTV community for saying it, but that was why I originally bought the UTV. To me, that was going to be kind of the go-karting of the off-road world.
Right.
I realized that was the most fun I had ever had in racing.
Right.
When there aren't sponsors and, you can go spend a whole day at the track, not take one picture, not give one thank you. just put the helmet on and go out there and trade some paint. And,
we're about at the bottom of the hour. Do you want to stay for one more segment?
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay, well, we'll be right back. Dirt Authority Live with Burt Jenner.
Welcome to Dirt Authority Live, where we're talking dirt with Len Novin and Paul Benelli. From gripping headline feature stories to industry breaking news, Dirt Authority is the only place to get the dirt you're looking for. Join us each week at 4 p.m. live or visit our website where we'll bring you the latest news, highlight videos, and pictures from major events all over the country. Joining our community is free, and it will keep you up to date on all things dirt. Go to dirtauthority.com to post comments, use our free classifieds, or just keep up on breaking news and events from gripping headlines, feature stories, and more. Dirt Authority is the only place to get that dirt you're looking for. Also, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Dirt Authority Live and dirtauthority.com. You owe it to yourself to keep up on all things dirt.
All right, we're back at Dirt Authority Live with Burt Jenner. Again, another segment, hanging out with the man. How's it going, Burt? Anyways, I had to throw that in there, Burt. Sorry. But anyway, we were talking about the Baja 1000 and how your experience was with that. You didn't quite, what was your mile marker that you had that little power steering failure?
Oh, we had a little more than just a power steering failure. At mile marker 140, we had planned to go to the first pit stop at 160 and do our first driver change. At 140, I felt the wham in the front right. I went, oh my God, please don't be my first. Yes, it's my first flat. We realized when doing the driver change, or when we were changing the tire, we should probably do our driver change then, save a few minutes, get it back, a few minutes back. Dad got out in the car and kind of started driving a little bit aggressively. Through my warnings, tried to get him to slow it down. We went through a few fence posts and ripped the front right brake lines off.
You say fence post?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So I hope some poor farmer didn't lose a few cows. But we've ripped the front right brake line off. Pulled back out on the track, and he told me, we got a brake problem. And I told him just to kind of limp it to the pits and just get it done. And we got to the pits. They didn't have a brake line there, but they were at least able to pinch off the line so we didn't start losing any more hydraulic fluid. Continued about a few miles more to mile 173 or 178, I forget. And unfortunately put it in the ditch. And that was when we ripped the power steering line off. So got it out of the ditch, but realized we weren't going to be able to navigate some of the technical stuff. And so we just had to sit there and wait for some pit support. So that put us a couple hours behind. And but then I got back in the left seat. I think my dad realized we were doing a little bit better that way. And we continued from, I guess it was right around 180 all the way to 270. And while pulling into a Pemex station for a Kleenex to wipe the sewage off of our lenses, I saw the crew sitting there. And I just went, wait a minute. Oh, my God, we almost passed a pit. And I just had no idea this is. Anyway, that wasn't the case. They had been trying to get a hold of us via radio, which we've been having radio troubles all day long. And it was just a chance that they were sitting there, and they told us the unfortunate news, which is the plug has been pulled. Craig called it quits. So, we were hours behind with a long race to go, and I understand, and I think it was a good call to kind of save our resources and come back another day. So,
well, you had pizza and beer with the locals. I saw pictures of that on the internet.
Yeah, well, the reality was we only got to have pizza with the locals. I was dying to have a beer.
I saw that was a Modelo in your hand. And what was your dad had? What was the beer your dad had?
Well, that was actually, they were both Modelos. I had a can, he had a bottle, but that was separate times. That was at mile 270, and the pizza happened at mile 180 or so when we were sitting there waiting to fix the car. So
I see.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool experience, though. They were, awfully generous. I almost felt obligated to have the beer, and they were, since we were having radio troubles, they were all offering us radios and every tool we could imagine. But
that's culture down there. When they give you some, you got to take it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going, oh, please, no disrespect, but I got to wait on the beers, my man.
Yep, you got a 1,000-mile race to do, yeah.
Yeah, so I kept telling them, they pull the plug on this and we're done. And, believe me, you saved that one right there for me. That one's mine.
Right.
But unfortunately, that never happened. So.
Now, I noticed, on your truck there, on your Stadium Super Truck, number 50, everybody now, he races number 50 Stadium Super Truck, Robbie Gordon, so in case anybody does not know. You also are sponsoring a friend of yours' beer also as well, right?
Yeah, house beer. It's my best friend from high school, believe it or not. I think about a little over a year ago, had come out with the house beer brand. And you just take kind of one look at the can without even tasting the beer, and I knew it was going to be a hit. It just the group of guys that they have kind of working on this are kind of geniuses from a graphic and marketing standpoint. They are a bunch of, I guess, responsible partiers, but they're definitely out there having a good time always. And I just, it's a brand that I know is going to go somewhere. I'm just trying to, almost like the lesson I learned from Gladiator, get in there, when you've got a good brand that's on the up and up, but it's still,
right. Yep, exactly.
Hasn't hit that point where it's a huge corporation yet. So,
right. Well, everybody was drinking the beer.
Say again?
I said, but everybody at the Stadium Super Truck in Vegas, everybody when you had that cooler there.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was enjoying the beer.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. I figured, if I can't be out there winning races, I can at least be out there winning the fans. So,
right.
Free beer is the way to do that. I've been around long enough.
That and free hats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were handing free hats, Gladiator hats. I got one too. Thank you very much.
Of course. So, in the future, I've talked to them, and I think they're going to start bringing the models and stuff out to Stadium Super Trucks and keep handing out the free. If I've now wondered if that was legal for me to be giving away free beer. So, if not, just ungodly cheap beer. But
right.
Yeah, I'm excited to be
right.
hanging out with that crew.
Yeah. So what's in store for next year? I know you guys are going to Australia for the you guys. Robbie Gordon's got you guys going across the water now. So how's that going to be fun? I'm sure.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
That starts in February, right?
Yep. But the one that I kind of have my eye on. Believe it or not, I'm looking at Daytona and an ARCA car.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, why not? The NASCAR schedule and the round stuff, to be honest, I probably shouldn't say this, but I find it a little bit monotonous.
Sure.
I like the stuff that's more involved, the road racing,
right,
the off-road stuff,
sure.
et cetera, et cetera. I'll never get away from that. But, who anybody says they don't want to run or wouldn't run at Daytona is just a liar if you're a race car driver. So I'd like to check that one off the bucket list as well. So in a few days here, or a few weeks, I'm looking for a test at Daytona and in a Roush car. And, hopefully we'll be able to put that together and get that done. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's one I'm definitely excited about.
So you're definitely going to have a full schedule next year as well. Just in the stadium structure, you're going to be doing every race next year? Is that what your plan is?
That I have not. I have yet to confirm. I don't know how many of them we are going to do.
Right.
Again, once they release kind of the full schedule, they've kind of only released Australia at this point.
Right.
But yeah, that's full is definitely what's going to happen. So I'm just trying to kind of keep my options open here as to the direction that I'd like to go. I still look at the Lucas Oil stuff. I definitely want to do that from Gladiator standpoint. We want to be able to start, racing on our tires. So.
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an awesome program. It's been kind of shocking how many people you can fool with a sticker on the side of the car while still running on a different brand. But, that's got to change. And, gearheads aren't stupid. And the off-road community is probably definitely one of the smartest and the most hands-on, kind of in the racing world. So, I want to get those tires in front of those gearheads and show them what we got. So that's kind of the plan here, I guess in the future.
Now, do you plan on helping with development with drivers as well? I mean, since you're kind of spearheading it with them, Gladiator itself, now do you plan on kind of, grooming some of the drivers along that come into the stable with Gladiator and kind of help them along, or are you just going to drive every race and just say, hey, this is
no. That was definitely something, there's a lot of my buddies from karting and a lot of really talented guys who, I've had to race against them, so
Right.
I know how good they are, and I know what they can bring to
Right.
the table. So I figure what better way to to be able to kind of bring a brand around to the right people is having been there and traded paint with them, and we're still looking to make sure we don't end up with the Viso types. I want the type of people where the fans and the drivers, and they're just a respected person.
Right.
No matter whether they got the helmet on, the helmet off, or what they're doing. So that is definitely one of my goals here, and that's coming up here shortly.
Oh, that's awesome. You sounds like you got a pretty good plate coming into the next year. You're doing a lot of things in the racing world and showing people who you are and what you're capable of. And yeah, because you're very capable. I mean, like I say, I've filmed a lot of racers, and which brings me to another point, man. When you get that SSD footage, make sure you send that to your box so that I can get that done for you.
Definitely.
I want to bust a video out for you.
All right, I love it, man.
Because I got some really good footage of I got when I think it was Abdali that kind of got you sideways on the Vegas race.
Yeah, we got him a little more sideways.
You were in second place.
He spun me all the way around, and I couldn't even find reverse to try and get it going again. But
yeah, I got all that on footage. I got all that on film.
Yeah, Abdali's a good guy. He's got some talent and some speed, but he got into the back of the fair, and there was nothing we could really do that. And
it was such a tight course.
I think we were running third or something when that happened. I'm not sure where we were, but I know we were up in definitely at least podium position. So.
Yeah, well, that particular race was very, very tightly, it was a wound race. I mean, if you passed, you were lucky. And when that happened, you got stuck in the back, and it was kind of almost hard to recover from something like that.
Yeah, we did, though, believe it or not.
Yeah, you did. You pulled up a few spots, and yeah, you did.
Yeah, we went from the back to the front again, and, again, I thought when I was racing with Harlan, Gavin Harlan, I believe he was the third spot in the podium position, but I had already taken the Joker, and he hadn't. So I felt like we were definitely sitting in a pretty position there.
Yeah.
And for anyone that's wondering if, I had already, the Joker was a long Joker, so it was the long cut in
right.
Vegas. But that was what I felt like was a for sure podium position until Viso got into the back of both of us and spun us both around. So.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to that footage. Explain when is that going to be aired again? Let's do a recap on that.
Tomorrow night and on NBC Sports at 9:30 Pacific.
Awesome. Hey, Burt, we're at the quarter of the hour again. I appreciate you calling in, and we're going to be doing this again, I'm sure. So
you're the man, Paul. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you too, Burt. You have a wonderful day, and thanks for coming on the show for us.
Yep. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, take care, bud.
Bye.